I hate to call this movie a classic. We're doing 1986's Cobra.
It's had a resurgence as a cult classic.
Cobra!
Not a good movie by any stretch, but what we're going to do
is make it better.
Thank you.
All right, so first we start with the bad man, the night slasher. Clang, 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 clang.
President Richard Nixon refuses to hand over materials subpoenaed by the Senate Watergate Committee, and also the 55-mile-per-hour speed limit on the highways imposed.
Wow. Man,
how do those go together?
Because he did it both. He was busy.
Well, why can't you just separate those?
You know, I was thinking about separating it,
yeah.
And then I said, the legendary Loch Ness monster Nessie is photographed.
Nessie.
He just did the thing that a character did on another show that I can't mention without spoiling something for Mr. Kurt. But he did the thing where he's like, you know, I don't care if I win, I just want you to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's hardcore at times. That is a hardcore way to be. And I can live with that.
Yeah.
I would agree though that was rushed. You know, they could have revealed it less jarringly, basically.
Right. Or they
were playing it for a laugh at that point.
They could have just not even mentioned.
But then people would be another thing on the list of they didn't explain this. You know?
Well, shit, of all the stuff they didn't explain, I mean,
I like not having everything explained because then you get to, you know, that used to be what we did with the toys, man. You know, was fill in all the blanks.
Welcome to Retro Recast. We recast your favorite movies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and today I'm JB along with Ralphie D. Wait a minute, I'm Ralphie D along with JB. JB, what are we gonna hit him with this week?
One of my favorite movies, The Hunt for Red October.
Oh, yeah.
Vintage 1990.
Definitely. And is this Jack Ryan's first appearance in the movies?
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah,
that would be it.
Hey.
All right, so first we're going to look at Captain Tupolov.
Yes.
He was in the HK, the hunter killer that was trying to kill the Red October.
Yes.
And I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. The guy had kind of a weird look to me, the actor who portrayed him. So I went with kind of a weird but serious actor.
Oh, big time.
And if I am
ever fall
in love, I will be sure that the lady is shy. If I ever fall in love.
Woo. I remember what was it, LimeWire? One of those came out. I had downloaded that song. It took 3 days. But when I got it, I was like,
We'd rent movies at the store where we weren't supposed to. You know, you could just go in there as a kid and get anything you wanted up to the, you know, not the X-rated, but anything else. I would get that Texas Chainsaw Massacre and you know, Stewardess School. That'll be cool for a 10-year-old. But we'd always get at least one movie for watching when the parents were around.
Right.
So my friend gets, you know, just one of the guys, and his mom is nowhere to be seen. And the very instant she walks in the room, what happens?
The boobs come out. Oh, at the end when she goes,
what are you boys watching?
The whole time.
Mom, this is a twist.
It's a 95-minute movie with 3 seconds of nudity, and that's exactly when she came in and said, "You guys are watching this filth again." We were, but we stopped when you came around. 2 scenes actually in Fast Times.
I had forgotten about the one with Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah, we actually talked about that. We talked about that before we started rolling.
I love how she has.
That's why I always say we need to save these conversations for the show, because we say it and then the show happens and we forgot. Well, we already talked about that.
One of the things I thought was funny about Fast Times at Ridgemont High mentioning sex scenes, and she had her theme song going every time she had sex in the movie. And I can't remember how the song went. It was the same
Somebody's
song.
Baby, Jackson Brown.
What is that?
Somebody's Baby.
Oh yeah, she's got to be somebody's baby. Every time she has sex, they're playing that song. That was amazing.
You know what's funny? I haven't watched that movie in a long time, like since I recasted it 2 years ago.
Is that how long ago it was that you did that retro recast?
Yeah, I probably didn't even watch it then.
All right, man, Big Tom.
No,
why don't you go ahead and bring it home?
I'm not going to do this.
He's going to bring this home.
It makes sense that it should have been Reaganitis.
Let him do it.
You know what? I want to make a segue, so go ahead and say this.
No, let him do it.
Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
The San Francisco Super Bowl winners Super Bowl 16s like Super Joe Montana. Who was this cool? Joe Cool. At the Pontiac Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, San Francisco 49ers beat the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bungles, 26-21. MVP, of course, Cool Joe Montana.
Two things I want to say about this. This is the game that Chris Collinsworth forever talks about because he had that the player on his
That's
team.
why he hates the Niners.
He hates the Niners.
If you ever listen to him commentate against any Niner game, he'll be like,
Yeah.
Well, look, if you like bad 80s cheese, then this is a must.
80s cheese.
All right. Definitely a must. I mean,
Clang, clang.
There you go.
Wow, that's a bad movie.
Yeah, I know, but it's got
It's got no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
it does.
The
man.
humor is painful. The
You're right about
action is sorry. And the
Whoa,
acting
whoa, whoa.
is non-existent.
This is not Ralphie. We're going to bust on Ralphie D recommendation.
I get 10 minutes for rebuttal. And now we have one of my favorite characters in the movie. Uncle Willie. Uncle Willie. I couldn't. We've got to cross swords on this one
Oh.
because I chose Bill Murray.
Ah, that's funny. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, I kind of see the tone you're going for. You know what? I went with Adam West.
We're kind of like Laverne and Shirley is here.
Oh, yeah.
Watching the beers go by?
Yeah.
gonna do it.
You know how many people when I first got the job there, they was like, "Hey, do you want the beer?" I was like, "We don't do bottles.
Do you put the glove on the beer?
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
It's cans, and they go way too fast."
Actually, we can do the bottles now.
You can do it now.
Remember the first time I was trying to grab a can off the line?
Yeah, you stop the line.
I was like, "Ah!"
I'm like, just
How is this safe?
walk away.
Today's top story.
In an effort to keeping oneself relevant, you should start a meme. That LinkedIn, Facebook,
You know,
Instagram, Tinder, and many other programs I don't use was started by none other than Dolly Parton.
Yeah, so this was the meme of the week, I guess you say. It's
Wait,
been
we're explaining a meme.
well, apparently.
I don't know what a meme is.
You don't know what a meme is?
Apparently, there are people out here who have never heard of a meme or LinkedIn or Facebook.
No, I know Facebook, but I never use it. I always use Messenger. That's when people send me a message. That's
Is
it.
that what that is?
That's all I do on Facebook.
Wow.
There's a reason why we got JB on the show. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this one.
Oh, you got that one.
Let me take
You
this
know
one.
what? You got that
You know
one.
why? Because people say I look a little bit like LL Cool J, starring in Rollerball with Chris Klein, Rebecca Romaine when she was still Stamos, Naveen Andrews, and Pink.
Pink?
Oh, she had a hit song on the radio, and she was in the movie.
You forgot Jean Reno.
Jean Reno.
He was in the movie too.
The Professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, he's on there. You skipped right over him.
I did, man, because I couldn't see him. But you know what I did see? Rollerball. You know what wasn't good? Rollerball.
Hey, was you looking like LL back then too? Like, you know?
I was all deezed up and I had chapstick. All chapstick, all day.
Something like
How much that money made?
If you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel, like 252 and Nostalgia.
Big ass screen, you couldn't see.
I
that
couldn't see
one
that.
little corner you
Couldn't
could
see
see.
it.
I'm JB. I'd like to give a shout out to my man AM.
First of all, man, this is the way we've been ending our show. Y'all don't memorize what we got. No,
man.
My comics most wanted. I would have responded to you, but it wasn't on the screen.
Like him.
This is 252 Pulp Fiction, where you see it.
Wait, what? We see it?
See it.
Where you hear it. It does have audio and
You
video,
should say
does
see
it not?
You're
You
right.
know what?
All right, next we have Willie Mays Hayes,
Oh yeah, it
the
was tough.
bass stealer.
Tough to find a black guy back then.
Actually, I picked someone, it's an actor I love, I think he's very funny, Jimmy Walker.
Jimmy
J.J.
J.J. Walker.
Dynamite!
All right. I hate this pick.
Oh, come
I hate
on.
that you picked it.
No love for Jimmy Walker?
I love Jimmy Walker. I do not like him in this pick.
Oh, Also a movie, Action Jackson. Starring Carl Weathers, Craig T. Nelson, Vanity, Sharon Stone, and Thomas F. Wilson. Biff. They made about $20 million and some change.
You know why I like this?
Because Carl Weathers,
of all these people, 3 of them I've met in real life.
What?
And Vanity I actually met in Fairfield.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Ask her if
The
she
other 2 I
wants.
met in New York.
Ask her if she wants to come down and do the show.
She did.
I'm just joking. It's a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a piece.
Vanity's
Yeah.
Vanity's
Oh,
like,
man, sorry, man. I didn't mean to
Oh.
break news to you, man. But almost everybody on here, like you said, 88. Man, a lot of them are gone.
Yeah, man. The top.
Carl
30
Weathers still
songs, man.
around. Craig T. Nelson's still around. Sharon Stone and Biff is still around.
Hey, have you seen
Carl
Sharon
Weathers
Stone
and the
lately?
Mandalorian. Shout out.
I don't know how they keeping her alive. They got
Who, Sharon Stone?
Yeah, man. Today's top story. An elementary school in Berkeley, California hosted a Parents' Night Out fundraiser. They didn't think that the 2019 remake of The Lion King would do anything besides keep the kids happy. Unfortunately, what did happen was that they got one of those cease and desist orders from, like they do the little thing like you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, apparently they got
Someone posted on Twitter that they were having this and showing the 2019
Yeah.
Lion King, and
Can't
Disney got
show
wind
it.
of it.
and
For an
Disney,
audience.
and you can't show it for an audience at an event, so they got charged. Basically, the money that they made for the fundraiser
It's gonna go towards the fine.
was going towards the fine.
Dawson's Creek.
Oh man,
I don't know how long they ran.
I watched both of them.
I was not a fan of Dawson's Creek, but I am a fan of the Bee. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, which heavily has Dawson in it, playing a version of himself. Actually, he's playing himself.
He's playing
It's
himself.
hilarious.
No version.
I only
That's
watched
what it is,
the first season of 90210, but only because that was like required if you wanted to talk to girls in high school, which I was in. Like at the time, I'm not saying now, but at that time, being in 1990, a junior in high school, if I wanted to talk to other girls in the high school I was attending at the time, you had to watch that show to know what was going on.
Very true.
I'm too sexy for the shirt.
Oh shit!
You know what? Oh, I thought you was magic. I was about to come about because I got my net match.
I knew you guys did get a magic mic in.
I
was like, hey, let me get some push-ups real quick.
Oh, too sexy. Right Said Fred, and I defy you to come up with another song by Right Said Fred.
Nope.
Exactly.
They only needed one.
They only needed this.
One hit, and I wonder whatever happened to those 2 bald-headed guys.
What happened to the rest of them?
I don't know which one was right and who was Fred. This week's review, Fantasy Island.
Sucks.
Mr. Rourke makes the secret dreams of his guests come true at a remote tropical resort. But when the fantasies turn into nightmares, the guests have to solve the island's mystery in order to escape with their lives. I'm gonna say that the 16% that it got on Rotten Tomatoes was harsh. 32.
I don't agree. I thought it was kind of high.
32%.
I thought it was
I
very
thought
high.
the movie really, really fell apart in the 3rd act.
It fell apart.
Look,
Act 1.
it was, and then
dragged
there's
along in the 3rd act.
and there was a little twist at the end. When it finally got there,
They tried to twist and twist and twist again.
Yes.
You can't do 3 twists.
you really can't.
Wichita, Kansas police finally apprehend the so-called BTK serial killer Dennis Rader 31 years after his first murder.
Damn.
Now,
And it was like 20 years after his last murder.
I thought B2K was a group.
You know what BTK stands for? Bind, torture, kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's BTK. And he gave himself the nickname.
Yeah.
He
was Enterprise.
He kept writing letters to news agencies.
What did you just
Yeah.
watch a documentary?
No,
oh,
did my
I'm
research.
sorry, you did your research. Way to go, Tom.
Let Tom do the work, man.
It was shocking.
Staying with that big guy theme, I put Donald Gibb.
Donald Gibb is damn it.
Let me give you a hint.
Nerd. Oh,
Ogre.
yes.
I put Ogre.
See, I only knew him as Ogre. That's a good
Not too many
one.
people know Donald Gibb.
Yeah, now you do.
Oh, we gotta stop them.
Why?
We don't need a second person coming in and saying, "Oh, I got delivery for warnings." I suggest we drop the crate, haul ass back to Kurt. because we don't need a second set of people coming in here and
Well,
she
probably already knows that.
I got an idea. And I would say the best part about that is to this day, Snoop Dogg would say how Dre hated that song. And Snoop was like, nah, man, this is the one. This is the one. Dre wanted nothing to do with it. They put it down, the beat, they put it down. Dre was like, I don't know. Snoop was like, nah, this is it. This is the monster. And that blew, that's how we were introduced to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and directed by the great Bill Duke.
Bill Duke.
You know you fucked up, right?
So I bought the beer at 10:30.
You know you fucked up, right?
I bought the beer at 11:45.
Bought the beer at 9:45. Next we have Amber Mendez. She was the innocent bystander who got roped into all this.
Yeah, 2 movies in a row that Arnold Schwarzenegger starred with a Hispanic woman.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And I chose Salma Hayek.
On the cusp of too young, but you're lucky, man. That's a good pick because she was on my list.
Hey, I have heard your complaints, man. I checked everyone's date of birth.
And date of death.
Yeah, and date of death.
Yeah, we're taking off.
All right, the crate thrang thrums around you as its engines power up, lifting through the hangar bay doors and into the bright sunlight of the Tatooine sky. Soon Mos Shuta vanishes behind you as you race out over the dune sea and climb towards outer space. Suddenly, an alert klaxon blares. Of course. As you leave Tatooine's atmosphere, several spherical starfighters with distinctive hexagonal wing assemblies appear on the ship's scanners, screaming in an intercept course. TIE fighters! The starfighters shoot past, laser cannons blasting, and sparks fly from a console in the cockpit. You've been hit.
Damn it.
I'm
getting in the belly cat. The belly. The quick and the dead. Who was that fast? that
was fast. Starring Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe, Lance Henriksen, Gary Sinise, and a young Leonardo DiCaprio. And it only made
Greatest
18.
actor of our because it was terrible.
Hey, come on,
Dude, it was.
Sharon Stone was the lead.
What was it? Was it Oliver Stone? He was. I remember they took some liberties with some camera angles and stuff like that. But it was the first American movie that had Russell Crowe in it, and he was a big star. He became a big star.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It was either this one or Virtuosity.
Oh, you can do it, son. You can do it. Oh man, put that pressure on that kid shooting the rope. Oh man,
Shot him right in the head.
right in the head. That was some pressure.
Terrible.
The rumors were true. Spider-Man had a new black suit. Looking nothing like the friendly neighborhood red and blue suit, this new costume seemed like it was designed to strike spider-based fear in the hearts of criminals, rather than prepare them for a barrage of one-liners. The fact that it also turned out to be an alien symbiote that was controlling Spidey while he slept and slowly turning him into a douchebag before eventually breaking off and turning into Venom and... Okay, we're getting a little bit ahead of things here. Let's back up a sec. The alien costume saga started in, where else? Amazing Spider-Man 252.
Certainly grabs your attention from first second and keeps your attention.
I want to go on record. I think this is the first time that Al Pacino's done TV.
Yeah, he said that in an interview. He says the first TV show he's ever done.
Yeah, and I would have to say Al Pacino he can play a Jew, he can play a Cuban, he can play a Puerto Rican. Al Pacino's a genius.
And he's got a great ass!
Hey, you want to put your hand?
This week, Ralphie D recommends
Al Pacino's ass.
Greatest Events of World War II in Color. Revolutionizing warfare through radio technology, swift panzer divisions, and aerial bombardment, Germany pushes Allied forces to the sea at Dunkirk. Actually, there's much more than that in this. They've got the whole World War II in this. There's like 10 parts, and it's really good.
Oh, that's awful.
Is that bad?
That's very bad.
That's bad?
That's misfortune.
Is that bad?
And we're hit. Yeah.
Oh, man.
We're not going to survive
I
this.
yell for the who's flying this?
I don't know how to... This thing's stuck.
Oh, man.
Well, basically,
You're not very good at
with
this.
your failure, I would say that you just got blasted right in the spot where you're trying to sit there and shoot from. So your turret just got kind of disabled. You better run to the other one before your next shot.
Oh, God.
All right.
All right. Dorsal, the belly gunner is down. I got to go to the top gunner.
All right. Whose turn is it, bud?
It's your turn.
No, actually,
I'm
it's
gonna
mine.
The number one song is the song they play when the Oakland Athletics win a ball game by Kool and the Gang. Celebrate.
And every
good times.
wedding
Come
I've
on.
ever gone to in my life.
Celebration. Kool and the Gang.
Electric slide, baby.
It's time to
When
celebrate.
the Oakland A's wins,
There's a party.
Drop
going
Kool and the Gang
on right
celebration.
here. A
shout out to Oakland A's, man. Let's get some free
celebration.
tickets.
Oh, yes. So bring your good
All
heart
right.
and your laughter too.
Go ahead, Tommy.
We gon' celebrate
Get those movies in,
this
Tommy.
party
Movies
with
released.
you. Come on now.
You just walked in, and now you're following the guy to the back of the cantina, so you don't look any more suspicious than anybody else in here. But of
Okay,
course, it's good to be aware.
Just trying to be aware, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been in this business for a long time.
I've been in this business for 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, you're still safe from. You're not going to like open the door and find Darth Vader at a dinner table quite yet.
Nice of you to
Yeah.
join us.
Sometimes you could say, hey, a movie's really good and it kind of fell apart in the third act. This one had a really good premise, but I think there was a good movie in there, and it got messed with.
Yeah, well, it's the most dangerous game remake of the right. So what was the one they did with Ice-T? He did one of those.
Oh my goodness. Was it Surviving the Game?
Yeah, I think that was it. I've seen this movie like a good half dozen times, just starring different people. So is it any better or worse than the previous attempts? It's pretty much what it boils
That
down
Ice-T
to.
movie was hard to watch, but I did watch.
Who else could give you a reason for living besides Lisa Bonet?
Well, I wanted to spend more money on my unlimited budget, so I chose Julia Roberts.
Oh my gosh! All right, yeah, you really want to spend money on this movie? Wow, Gene Hackman and Julia Roberts.
That's right. Blockbuster.
There's a method to my madness. That's why I'm the captain. I'm the captain.
All right, so he's knocked out for what looks like probably about 2 or 3 rounds.
All right.
So and you guys are in this room. There's still customers out in the store.
Okay, let's.
So they're not looking for
JB,
you.
you help the customers. Who water, or at least tell them that they're.
I'll say,
Somebody.
ladies and gentlemen, we're having some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we're going to have to close early today, so please just put
Exit.
your purchases back on the shelf and step on out.
Yeah, we say get the fuck out.
Say, please, we're closed. We're closed. Thank you for coming. Come again tomorrow.
I remember exactly where it was in the gold mine. It was like on the left-hand side wall. You walk about halfway through, boom. But you had to sink so much money in that game if you actually wanted to see the whole story.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I correct me if I'm wrong, that was a Don Bluth / because he did the animation, right? Don Bluth did the animation for that.
Yeah.
And there was the other guy who was the programmer. I can't remember his name right now.
Nobody remembers his name.
Right.
It
But
was all about the animation, because really all that was like an animation broken into chunks, and as long as you hit the button in the right direction at the right time, you got the next chunk. But they made it really hard to hit that chunk because they wanted 50 cents every 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yes, and I want to say that was in the beginnings of laser disc technology.
And we left the tied up Crezo to do with As You Please.
Wow, you guys have been extremely productive in such a short amount of time.
Again,
There's more crates of ours in his shop.
yes, but there is a very, very real possibility that the veiled sorority that already knows that Crezo's has been burned.
Right. Well, we'll figure out a way to deal with this while you guys continue with what you're doing. You're doing a great job, so continue on as planned, and we'll take care of that shop. Thank you.
Okay. All right, done with that. That was a good idea to check in. That was good.
Let's
'Cause I'm all
contact.
about continuing the mission.
We'll let you know when we finish.
The Washington D.C. Underground Metro opens.
Yay. All right.
Subway
Go Washington.
Yes.
It's like the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their own BART system, some of that.
Who cares?
Oh, Ray.
Washington D.C., man.
But we do care about, because there was a failed coup in the African country of Nigeria.
Why do we care?
why
Which one?
the reason why we care about this is
failed coup.
everything. It's a coup. It's a coup.
It's cool.
It's a
It's
coup.
cool. It's
not
cool,
a coup. It wasn't a nice two-door sedan.
Bunch of pigeons out there.
No, that's a
You entered the clearing, so you're in the clearing area, and you're still seeing something around you moving. You know, like you would say, well, something just moved out there in those woods, but I have no idea what that was.
I'm gonna go towards the moving. I'm gonna make my way towards the moving.
I'll follow the captain. It's still at a respectable length.
Yeah.
Should try stealth.
Where's the
I
other
feel
guy?
like that's when I'm sneaking.
What about you, Jay?
Further behind?
I'm sticking with Ralph.
All right.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm just looking at the computer.
Stop looking at your phone.
Busy sipping from his drink and trying to program this thing. All right, so yeah, you're creeping along in a line basically, and at the point where the Kubota gets to the front of the clearing, and everybody else has now entered the back of the clearing, you notice it's time to freeze because you're now surrounded by these troopers.
Oh, it is stormtroopers. God.
Every now and then I would watch the Dobie Gillis and of course the Gilligan's Island and the stuff like that.
Well, I guess they
Now,
technically had a problem. They were stuck on an island, but of all the islands to be stuck on, they seem to have everything they ever needed.
Yes.
Like I made a television out of these coconuts and some bamboo.
Yeah. Can anybody make a boat?
The one thing the professor could not do.
Yeah.
He skipped that day at school.
Let's move to room 10. I think it's dangerous to be staying around room 9.
No, you're right, because that's just
Let's just
a
move to
hallway,
room
so-
10. It's a dead end. We don't have to worry about people coming up from behind.
But one grenade will end us all.
And you're discussing this. You're discussing this on the trip up to the second level.
Right.
So, what else are you doing?
Locking and loading and seeing if there's a camera. in
Drawing
the
our
elevator.
weapons.
Turn these cameras off.
Those would be wise choices because as the doors open, there are two dudes standing there with rifles pointed at you.
Fire! Bang! Bang! Red Dwarf, I'm actually not familiar with, believe it or not.
Wow.
And I'm glad that you redid your copy because all I got was the very first part and then the last part. So when I saw all the rest of that stuff, I was like, oh my God, he would have been pissed.
No, I saw
it was like, I missed a few.
The thing that looked weird in the one copy that you said didn't work. I saw that. So, oh yeah, that does look very strange. But
yeah, I was like, you would have been pissed.
I would have pasted mine in on my end. I would have caught that before we went to air. Unlike those other scrubs that usually sit on either side.
I wasn't going to speak ill of the people who aren't here, but yes, there's somebody here who gets the same information that everybody gets in the beginning, and still he doesn't read it until it's showtime. But anyway,
it's a bunch of computers. There's screens and all the usual stuff all over the place. And, let's see here. Let's give you the thing here. The vault's control room is a large chamber filled with blinking computer terminals and miscellaneous equipment. At the center of the room stands a tall woman surrounded by pirate guards, her face obscured by a silver mask. She's dressed in fine clothing as if she were about to leave for a dinner engagement.
shit, it's Queen.
Shoot.
Shoot.
We're gonna shoot her?
She's going to make a speech first, man. Come on.
Oh, sorry,
I cannot allow you to take me away, but I will make you an offer. Allow me to match the payment you expect to receive from the consortium, and I'll leave this place at once. I guarantee we'll all be a lot happier that way.
Dude, a price that's more than what you can assume.
Well, yeah, of course. We're gonna go 3 times.
You know what? My reputation's on this one. Bow! That was the one where Steve Martin got hit on his head or something, and he thought he was a black dude from Compton.
Daddy, what's a wreck? It's a country.
It's a country. Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
Killer eyebrows.
That's the only line I remember for that movie.
Huh?
It's the only line I remember for that movie.
That's right. That is right. Man.
What's a wreck? It's a country. Nostalgia is addictive. We're here to deliver.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're here to deliver a fatty-sized dose of it.
Please like, share, and we'd like to hear what you think.
Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
I was going to say this baby, but that's
This was. I messed up the line. What's the line?
And
this was
what it was.
But that would take my life.
That would take my life. The hell is wrong? That was still a black man's line, boy. All right, so the usual fee, and we'll talk to you next time. Then hang up. hang up. So it's,
they're already willing to, you guys know now where there's a bunch of unguarded crates of stuff you can recover and all this kind of stuff. You didn't even tell her where you just found the stuff at.
I know.
She knows where you were, but doesn't know what's gone on there, that everyone's dead and now being guarded by 4 old clone troopers.
right.
So
Who
you
are
have advantage. You
very
can
good
do all
friends of
kinds of
ours
things.
now. So we have some.
We've got a
college stuff
cache. We've got a cache of.
If you
weapons.
needed to set up a trap or something, you could even do that. So there's all kinds of options now.
We have a nice little base of operations.
Yeah.
You're at the gate to get into the district, and you've got the pass, so you can go to the gate and get in, and then figure out what happens from there.
Take it to the gate. Take the passes to the gate.
All right, the guards there greet you with a smile and give you the basic pat down, making sure that you don't have any serious weaponry. Nothing's going to explode the minute you pop through.
Buy me dinner first.
Your pass indicates that it's okay for you to have your standard blasters and whatever, as long as you're not bringing in heavy machinery. So they let you through, and with the warning that you've only got 6 hours before these passes expire. If you're in here 6 hours and 1 minute, your weapons will set off the alarms, and you will be arrested. So whatever you're here to do, 6 hours max.
Okay, well, 4 hours and 45 minutes more than I need.
Oh Lord.
Even when the theaters and everything open back up, like Wonder Woman's still coming out in August. And I don't even know by August, are we going to be rushing to the theaters, or are they going to only sell, or are they going to block out seats?
Yeah.
And they're only going to make, a third or half of the room even available?
Well, they were saying every third seat, but we have those big recliner seating theaters that only seat 99 to begin with. So every third seat is 33 people in a room.
Right. So it's like, how much box office are you really going to do unless, big movies pretty much get all of the, like if you got a multiplex that has, let's say 10, 9 of those theaters are playing the big summer blockbuster, and the one theater is playing the one other movie.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I said they could also extend and go 24-hour, but then you need staff. So,
We're trying to get rid of this thing. We know it's dirty.
But we don't know who we're delivering it to.
I know. It doesn't matter. We took it to the address.
JB for the win, because he knew what the words to say. So as he mentions Illo Vanden, the guy's, all right. Flips the switch. The front gate opens up. You're allowed to go in.
Okay.
You can go in the gate.
Let's go.
So now we go in. We're in. Good job, JB.
nice job.
Sorry for the tongue lashing earlier.
Tried to get us killed. Next time you bellowed on, I got shot.
That was weeks ago.
That was weeks ago, motherfucker.
My first experience with Public Enemy was actually a negative experience.
What?
Yeah, we were outside, we were playing with our toys and stuff like that.
Circa what year?
Good God, I don't know, maybe this was 86 maybe?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, 11, 12, somewhere in there. And we're playing, we're playing with our toys, and we're trying to, we're doing our imagination games, and we're doing this, and I hear this noise, this high pitch, and I just hear, it's just repetitive. And I'm like, what is this nonsense? What's that hippity house music? What is going on here?
I tell you what, I've taken some huge losses in the past, and nothing like the lady I lost, but that's a story for another day. What are our stakes today? What do you are? Five grand a hand?
Yeah, let's start with 5. We'll work our way up from there. It's friendly. We don't want to attack and steal everything you have right up front. Ha 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 ha.
That's funny. Hilarious. You're not going to really do that, are you? All right, I take out 5 large and...
the room get hotter.
Another excellent recommendation, but The Last OG is not my recommendation today, because Frank G recommends keeping up with the f***ing news. Now, I can understand how some people don't appreciate their perceived bias in the assorted cable channels, but, come on, turn on your local news once in a while. I know the concept of newspapers is kind of a lost art, but maybe read one online instead of yet another gossip article or the mostly nonsense postings of your elderly relatives from other states. It's not all lies, especially on a local basis. You should be able to spot the fake stuff. Should. If you're not even aware of what's going on in your own town, you're probably uninformed in a way that may be hazardous to your health and ours. So let's not talk about how we came to be in this place as a society. Let's just start paying some attention, right? Watch stuff. A little bit. Come on.
A little bit. And again, it's not...
You're watching us. We're informative.
All of your news from like Facebook and...
As you guys become obvious and the music kind of stops and everything gets a little quiet, it says, it has been quite pleasant watching your antics from afar. You're certainly a resourceful bunch. The consortium is lucky to have you. But you have been far too successful in your attempts to find me. As a result, I must ensure that your efforts come to naught.
Oh shit,
Rael
the jig is
up! Indeed. Rael here will see to your destruction. I, on the other hand, have a rendezvous with another valuable consortium shipment. Goodbye, for we will not be meeting again. The queen flickers and disappears.
Man,
It was a hollow?
it was a goddamn hologram / setup.
That Mikhail Torvali set us up.
Something's going wrong at the ship.
Trouble with the ship.
Yeah.
Transmission cut off.
I wonder if someone's at the ship already.
Alright, let's...
So that's all right. I'm going to have my blaster ready as we approach the ship.
Yeah, my glass ready.
I'll hang back with keep a gun on her. Not on some cowardice stuff, only on the I got 5 hit points left. So I don't want to be the first up the ramp. if you don't mind.
There goes our motivational die.
Yeah, we can take that blue right off.
Y'all go. I'll stay.
Ralphie D recommends Ninja 3: The Domination.
Oh God, I saw that movie.
I know you did.
It was not good.
I disagree. Now,
Wow.
it's a canon movie. Golan Globus production, 1984, and starring Lucinda Dickey.
Can I make a recommendation?
No.
Yes, I'm going to make a recommendation. Pass on any movie in the 80s that contains in the title the word ninja. Just put a pass on that.
American Ninja?
Pass.
The 3 ninjas kick back.
I don't know. I just went with someone quirky.
Mm-hmm.
I chose Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good pick.
He's smart. He appears smart. He's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right for the call.
And you went with someone Indian? I did not. I went
He's
with-
English, actually.
Well-
he tanned himself greatly to play Gandhi.
Did he?
Yes. Yeah, that was tanning.
So, word?
That's why it never faded, because he naturally tanned and tanning.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Ben Kingsley is English.
I really want to do
What was the
number
one he
3,
did?
but I jumped the gun.
Oh, yeah.
So Ray Knight is I give it to you. Ray Knight is number
The
3.
goat of the new edition, Bobby Brown does every little step I take.
The king
The
of
king.
R&B.
Rock and Bloom? No. Bobby Brown, man. Every little step, come on. That song was so good. Mike Tyson did a video himself. You should check it out. I can't sleep at night.
He should have stayed with the group.
Adonis, pull yourself together.